everyone. Welcome to another Carl Felt Center TKC Aesthetics Wellness Taboo Topic. I am Carissa here with Sarah and Haley. This week, we are getting into one that might stir the pot a little bit, birth control. Now, before anyone panics, we're not here to shame it. All three of us have used it at different points in our lives. This is just the conversation that we wished we would have had earlier because no one really explained what it was actually doing to our bodies.
Yeah, it's more of like, here you go. This is a cure-all. This is going to fix any problem that you have.
So let's start here because this is one of the biggest misconceptions. Birth control is not regulating your hormones.
No, and so it's actually suppressing them. Your brain and ovaries normally communicate to create a cycle. They create ovulation, progesterone, and estrogen, and all of that through the hypothalamic pituitary ovarian axis. So birth control interrupts that communication. So you're not actually cycling.
So that period every month is not really a period.
Right. So technically it's a withdrawal bleed. It's your body responding to the drop in synthetic hormone during that placebo week and not the result of ovulation, like a true menstrual cycle. So while it can look and feel similar, it's not serving the same biological purpose. And a lot of women are never told that distinction, which can be a little surprising once you understand what's actually happening.
And while some people feel totally normal on birth control, others notice things just feel off, like lower sex drive, shifts in mood, or feeling just completely flat emotionally.
Or there's also the classic, I love you, but quit breathing near me, on me. The sound of you chewing and existing is driving me insane.
Yeah, and that's a common one. And there's a physiological reason behind that. Hormones influence neurotransmitters like dopamine and GABA, so suppressing that can impact mood, motivation, and emotional connection. Beyond that, long-term use can lead to things like nutrient depletion. Common ones are B vitamins, magnesium, zinc, and vitamin C, which support a lot of things, including energy, mood, and detoxification. Gut and vaginal microbiome also changes, which can affect your immunity, your digestive health. Metabolic shifts include reducing or causing insulin resistance and subtle weight changes. Libido changes as well because of lower testosterone can reduce your sex drive and sometimes affect partner attraction. Cardiovascular risks include blood clots and blood pressure changes, especially for estrogen-containing formulations. Mood and mental health changes, small but notable increased risk of depression, anxiety in some users. And while most people tolerate birth control well, it's important to be aware that long-term suppression of natural hormones can have downstream effects.
Right. Common does not mean normal. And over time, especially if someone starts birth control young, like in their early teens, they can end up on it for 10, 15, 20 years at a time, which means their body never had the opportunity to fully develop its natural hormonal rhythm during key developmental years. Over time, this can lead to long-term hormonal dysfunction. That includes difficulty ovulating naturally after stopping, imbalances in estrogen and progesterone, and sometimes elevated androgen activity, which can show up as acne, hair loss, or irregular cycles, or hair where you don't want it.
And in rare but important cases, chronic hormonal suppression and imbalances over decades may influence the risk of hormonally driven cancers like breast or cervical cancer. Though risk varies by type and formulation, I know now it's not something I would want to risk.
Mm-hmm. So when someone comes off of birth control, it's not always smooth sailing getting back on track. So sometimes it's actually the body relearning or even learning for the first time how to establish a healthy natural cycle more fully.
And that is why it can feel overwhelming and so frustrating because you're 25, 30 years old thinking, why is my body struggling with this? When really it just hasn't had the chance to fully practice yet. It's not that your body's failing. It's just finally getting the chance to figure out. It's kind of like being handed the keys to a car and realizing you never actually got driving lessons. And then there is coming off of it, which is a whole nother story. And that's where a lot of women go, wait, what is happening? I am a monster.
Mm-hmm. And because now your body has to reestablish that communication and remember how to ovulate again. During that transition, symptoms like acne, irregular cycles, mood swings, and painful periods can show up.
And the first thought is, something's wrong with me. But really, Your body's just like, oh, we're doing this again. I don't even remember how to work anymore. I thought I was on vacation, permanent vacation, or retired somewhere sunny and 75, sipping something with an umbrella.
Yeah. And honestly, that phase can feel really discouraging, especially if you originally went on birth control to fix those symptoms.
But it's also an opportunity. Your body is communicating again, and now we can actually support it and regulate your hormones instead of suppressing them.
Yes. And that is the part that no one teaches, how to support your body through it. Things like replenishing nutrients, supporting hormones naturally, healing the gut, supporting detox pathways, and calming the nervous system. So this isn't about fear. It's about informed choice, because you deserve to understand what's happening in your body, not just be handed a solution without context.
Right. And not to feel crazy when things shift or are functioning in a less than optimal manner, because there's usually a reason why the dysfunction is happening. It's a check engine light.
And more importantly, their support.
Yep. If you're navigating any of this, whether that's you're on birth control, coming off of birth control, or just trying to understand your body and your health better, we are here to help you do that in a way that actually works with your body opposed to against it. And it turns out your body wasn't the problem. It just wasn't getting a say. Your body has been trying to talk to you this whole time. And now we're going to help you understand that language. That's the first step to feeling in control again.
Right. And if your body is still acting like it's retired or on permanent vacation, don't worry. We'll help it clock back in. We have the tools and resources here.
So I specialize in helping women regulate cycles and optimize their hormones naturally, whether that means painful periods, acne, weight changes, or fatigue. Together, we can get your body back up to balance so you feel like yourself again.
Right. Knowledge and support and a plan. That is how you reclaim your cycle.
Thanks for joining us for today's taboo topic. And don't forget, you can request any topics you're curious about, even the ones that feel a little uncomfortable to discuss. Nothing is too taboo for us. Take that as a challenge, if you will.
Yep, we can tackle it together and give you the tools to feel informed and supported. And I hope you guys meet with us next week for another taboo topic.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me.